Hello everybody and welcome to a very special double episode review of the first two episodes of Ash vs. the Evil Dead. And you guys know, especially after the past month, that I'm a huge fan of Army of Darkness, and I was super excited when Ash vs. Evil Dead was announced. It was at New York Comic Con. Everybody was talking about it and everybody was stoked for it. The only downside is you have to have stars in order to see it, unless you want to wait for it to come out on DVD. The episodes are 30 minutes in length, except for the first episode, obviously, because it's 40 minutes. It's the season premiere. I don't know if this finale will be the same way, but I guess we'll have to wait and see. First season's 10 episodes. It was already confirmed for a second season, which is really great. So, Evil Dead 2, or Ash vs. Evil Dead, I'm sorry, takes place 30 years after Evil Dead 2. And Ash is, he works in a convenience store still. It's not as smart. I think, personally, he moved. I don't even know if Army of Darkness, they don't confirm or deny Army of Darkness happening. They just keep talking about what happened at the cabin. So I guess Army of Darkness, because it was done by a different company, is being kind of forgotten, but not really. But anyway, Ash has a wooden hand in this. He doesn't have the gauntlet like he did in Army of Darkness. That's a huge difference right there. But it opens up, it's 30 years later, you get that commercial. Everybody's seen the trailer where he has the girdle on, he's going out and he's doing what Ash always does with the women, and then, out of nowhere, he gets a sign that evil has found him again. And he runs back to his trailer to make sure he still has the book and everything's safe, but then he remembers something, and it's been posted everywhere. He did something stupid one night, and he actually read from the book, and now evil has found him again, and he has to send it back. So throughout the whole episode, there's actually two stories. Now that evil has been reawoken, it's also targeting this other woman, Amanda, who actually gets attacked in this episode. The girl who was with Ash apparently gets possessed by the book, and there's a disturbance, so Amanda and her partner go to see what the disturbance is, and that's when Amanda and her partner get attacked by a deadite, and her partner gets possessed, and the whole situation leaves her with kind of like a, oh, I forget what the word is, but she goes into shock because of what happens, but she has to go through a psych evaluation before she could go back into duty, whatever. Her problem is evil's following her too, but we don't know why. Ash, however, looks to get his check from his job and basically jet out. He goes to look for somebody who can help him figure out what he read from the book and how to basically send it back. Pablo, who's his friend, we get introduced to him. He introduces Ash to Kelly, who he got a job for, and she's new. And you see Ash kind of tries his flirting thing with her. It doesn't work. And then Ash actually gets attacked at work as well. Pablo saves him. Ash gives him the full rundown. A lot of the stuff that happened in the first episode, we actually kind of saw bits and pieces of it. So he explains to Pablo what happened, what really happened to his hand, what happened to him in the cabin in the woods. And Pablo actually says, maybe you're El Jefe. That is the episode's name, by the way. Episode 1 was El Jefe instead of just Pilot. And he says, maybe it's time you stopped running and you actually faced, evil once and for all. It's been 30 years. Maybe it's time you just faced it and finished it off once and for all. And he's like, dude, I'm running. I'm going to find a way to put it back, and that's that. And he runs off. Kelly's dead mother apparently comes back in this episode as well. And she wants to find her father, but Pablo knows that Ash is the best help for her. So he kind of takes her to Ash's place. Ash gets attacked along with Pablo and Kelly. That whole last segment was awesome. There's another part with Amanda. There were parts in between the beginning where Ash gets these little signs that the dead are coming. And then finally Ash, decides, you know what? You're right. No more running. It's time I, finish this and I face this head on, which I thought was really cool. I like that he just took his clothes off. Boom, he had the classic blue shirt, the shotgun, the chainsaw. The whole last segment of the first episode was awesome. Even the final words out of his mouth being groovy as the last part of episode 1. Episode 1 was huge, and I really loved it as a kickstart for this series. Now, tonight was episode 2, Bait. Kelly wants to go help her father. And it just basically continues from where episode 1 left off. And Ash is like, no, we need to go get this settled. I have to take this book to this person to help us seal away the evil again once and for all. And 2-1, if your mom's dead and she's there with your dad, it's a deadite. It's going to kill him. They're dead anyway. We need to focus on the bigger picture. There are more people out there, more moms and dads that need us to put this evil away before they end up dying. And of course, Kelly kind of runs off. The boss from the first issue, we saw him get attacked in episode 1. Episode 2, he comes back as a deadite. So Kelly runs off, and Pablo says she took the book. So now Ash and Pablo are going after Kelly, because Pablo knows where Kelly's father lives, to get the book back. And they get attacked on the road by the boss. I forget his name. Mr. Oh God, Roper. Ironically, Mr. Roper. I'm not joking. And this huge fight happens in the car. It was hilarious. It was fun. So they finally get to Kelly's house. They bust through the door. And Ash is like, give me my book. And everything's fine. And Kelly believes that her mother's back, that she's not a deadite, she's not evil. Pablo even believes it. And the mother offers, welcomes them into dinner. And they go back to Ash's trailer to clean up. And Ash is like, you know what, this is what deadites do. They pretend it's not real. She's just basically, the mother is basically baiting us in there, and then she's going to attack. And Pablo admits, spoiler here, he had the book. He lied to Ash so this way they can go save Kelly because he didn't want anything to happen to Kelly. They both attend the dinner, which goes wonderful. And Ash still just doesn't believe that the mother is legit. He believes she's a deadite. And finally, after this long, hilarious scene at the table, it happens. And not only is the mother a deadite, the mother kills the father as well. So now one of Kelly's parents is dead completely. He doesn't become a deadite. Thank God, it would have been a pain. Ash ends up fighting the mother for the rest of the episode. I almost said issue. And now, with the mom and dad gone, Kelly has nothing left. So she hates the evil as much as Ash does, and she wants to put an end to them as well. So she joins Ash, Pablo joins Ash, and now they're going to the bookstore. And in this issue, Amanda actually finds where Ash's trailer used to be, and she finds the deadites that he had killed and chopped up, and they believe it's just humans. So Ash actually goes on a wanted list now, and she's searching for Ash. And she actually shows up at the bookstore before Ash. So the next episode looks like it's going to be setting up for something really, really great. I'm really enjoying Ash vs. Evil Dead. I'm kind of glad it's a half-hour show. It's on Star, so there's no commercial. So the episode is legitimately 30 minutes long, period. Of course, plus or minus a minute credits and, outro, intro, what have you. But the episodes are, I think, on a perfect scale right now. If things build up more and the series really gets popular, I could see these episodes going for about 45 minutes to an hour. I'm loving it. I loved the first episode. It was amazing. The second episode was hilarious and awesomely done as well. If you're a fan of Army of Darkness, Evil Dead, you are going to love this series. I love it. This definitely has potential to go on for a good amount of seasons. I don't know how many. I don't know how far you could push Ash versus the Evil Dead. I don't know how far you could push Bruce Campbell. Bruce Campbell jumped right back into the role of Ash perfectly. We got introduced to new people in the Evil Dead universe. I think this series has potential to last for a good couple of years. I would say this series can make it possibly, if they stick to the 10 episodes a season, 30 minutes long, it has anywhere from 5 to 10 seasons. I know when I did the live show with Brent, we were talking about this, and he said, I don't know about 5, I don't know about 10, but I can see that, especially because there's only a finite amount of things you can do unless you go into like what Dynamite was doing with Ash, where it was Army of Darkness in space, here, there, and everywhere. If they go that route, there are at least 10 seasons you could do with that. But if they're going to stay linear to Ash, Pablo, and Kelly, sending the evil back in that book, then honestly, I think that we have a finite amount of seasons that we have. But I think that if the series gets popular, I can definitely see it branching off into different directions. Maybe Pablo will leave, maybe Kelly will leave, maybe both of them will leave, and Ash will find a new crew, or he'll do exactly what the comics have done. And I know Bruce Campbell's talked against the comics a lot because he believes they're not really canon from what they've done with Army of Darkness and Evil Dead. But that's what I feel like this series has potential for if it really picks up and a lot of people really give positive feedback on it. I could definitely see, you know, if Pablo and Kelly stay, they stay. But if they leave, I could see it branching off where he can go back to Sheila, or he can go into space, or he can travel through time because of the book, or something. There's a lot of potential for Ash versus Evil Dead, and I truly do hope that Sam Raimi, his brother, and Bruce Campbell push this to its limit, because I believe now, with the audience out there, this is the best time for Evil Dead to shine, and it is shining. If you're a fan of horror, if you're a fan of comedy horror, you're going to love this. It's bloody. It's definitely not for kids. I am warning you guys about that now. You got a lot of mature content. This is Stars. But I loved it. If you're over the age of 18, you're going to love this series. It's free online for the first episode. Second episode just went up tonight. I loved it. I can't stop talking about... I can't give you guys enough good things about this series. So go out, check it out. Episode 1, like I said, it's available now on Stars.com. Episode 2 came out today. It should be repeating sometime in the middle of the week, I believe. They repeat Ash vs. Evil Dead. Check your local listings for times for Episode 2. They will repeat it. So anyway, that's it for this review. Let me know what you guys thought of the first 2 episodes. I keep calling it issues because I do comics too much. Let me know what you guys thought of the first 2 episodes of Ash vs. Evil Dead. I love it. I'm excited to see the rest of this season. There's 10 episodes altogether. 2 down, 8 more weeks to go. I'm really excited. And then I believe we have about a 6-month break till the next 10 episodes. So hopefully less than that. But I'm loving it. So let me know in the comments below while you're down there. Links in the description. Check them out at your leisure. There's a lot of stuff going on in a lot of different places, especially right here on Dark Avengers 86. And until next time, everybody, take care, keep reading, keep collecting, and I'll see you guys really soon in the next video.